Hello guys, LordOfPondtail here with another video for Rise of Empires Ice&Fire. Today it's another video on Eden, and it's day 2 of this second season of Eden for me. I did a video yesterday just kind of explaining some of the differences for the new season, and one thing that I'd like to go through in detail that I didn't mention in yesterday's video is about territory damage status. What do I mean by that? Well, in yesterday's video we covered the different kind of levels of loyalty required to take the gates, the cities, capitals, and of course ancient temple. There is actually a different game mechanic to this in this new season compared to previous seasons of Eden as well that I want to talk about in this video. So let's have a look at what I'm talking about. Let's find a gate. So here we go. We've got a checkpoint as the game calls it. So checkpoint level 3, and the loyalty required is going to be 4,200 loyalty to hit this gate. Now, if you look in the fortification value below the gate here, you see it's got 1.2 million fortification value, and that is a very high amount compared to previous seasons. But if you look, this bar is actually in 2 different colours. You've got a green on the right hand side, and then the rest is red. Now, green is what you can call full strength, like a full strength durability or immunity as they call it here. And then afterwards it has what is called a damaged immunity. What do I mean by that? Well, as you can see, we're in a different format for the video today. I've actually got this image up in the middle of the screen here, and as you can see, it outlines what the normal immunity is for each levels of gates, towns, capitals, and then the ancient temple. The wording's not exactly correct, I know. This isn't mine, by the way. And if you look, now this damage status that I'm talking about, the red section of this bar, that begins once you remove 20% of the fortification value, or durability as this graph calls it, but I call it fortification value. So what's going to happen? Well, and what's the implications of this? So, well, let's have a think about it. Previously, in previous seasons, you all had to be at that level of loyalty to attack a gate, all right? And that could be quite a stumbling block, for the bigger buildings in the game. It kind of delayed everyone's ability to attack those larger buildings, whether it's capitals or even the ancient ruin. But what does this mechanic mean? Well, or what's the benefits? Well, you're only going to need a few players at this higher level of loyalty. So for instance, take a level 1 gate is 2,700 loyalty, okay? And people are starting to take level 1 gates and level 2 gates today. And so if you are taking a level 1 gate, it's 2,700 loyalty. You will need people in your alliance to have 2,700 loyalty, but only for the first 20% of that fortification. If you look, for instance, for a level 1 gate, that's only 40,000 fortification. That is not a lot, to be honest. If you've got a maxed avalanche, you pop an avalanche in with some footmen, you're going to get over 1,000 fortification demolition value, and actually one player could demolish 40,000 off a gate with that combination. So realistically, say you got 3 or 4 of you with that kind of combination in your alliance, and they're up at 2,700. 3 or 4 players, once they've hit 2,700, they can take this first 20% of the durability on the fortification value off of that building or gate, and then after that 20%, there is a lower damaged immunity, what it's called here, but obviously it's going to be, basically the loyalty required to hit the gate decreases. And so for a level 1 gate, it decreases to 1,800. Level 2, it drops from 36 to 27. So this looks like it's about a 25% drop, isn't it? Give or take. So what's that going to do? Well, that means that many more players are in your alliance are going to be able to then attack that gate or building, they're going to be able to get points quicker. Your alliance is hopefully going to be able to then take these structures. Your guild will be able to take these structures, and because you'll have a greater number of members of your guild being able to attack whatever it is you're attacking once you've reached this damaged immunity stage. And now, what are the kind of additional implications for this? Well, you're going to have to potentially, you will need as many players as possible available to attack these structures because of such high fortification values. And so that's going to be a key kind of strategy for the rest of this season, is being able to attack structures when the majority of your guild are online. You might need as many as the full 50 players at the start, depending on everyone's strengths. And that's why, again, building up your guild level over the coming weeks is going to be key as well. So it's really important that everyone is as active as possible as they can be today. Myself, I'm pushing, I should hit 2700, 2800 loyalty today, so I'll be able to take level 9 tiles. And I'll be pushing on as much as I can. I'm doing my seasonal challenge levels so I can unlock my additional processing queue at level 5 on the elite challenge this is. So I treated myself to that. If some of you guys might have seen that last night, I was talking about that. So this is kind of where we're at, and it's an interesting mechanic that will allow more players to get involved in taking buildings earlier on than they would have before. And I think I wanted to cover this today because even in the last 24 hours, I've had quite a few players asking me, oh, can I take part in Eden? I'm only a T8. What levels do you need to be to take part in Eden? Even as a T7, you could just about you could make 10,000 points over a whole season by taking tiles. And maybe, doing these hits. But of course, you've got such strong guard power on these structures that T7 troops aren't always going to cut it, and you've got to think as well that their demo value is going to be quite low, so it will be more difficult for you to pick up points, and T7 troops are going to struggle to get very, probably beyond level 8 tiles, I would think, maybe 9. But you can do it. You can do it, and you can contribute to your alliance. And if you're a T8 out there, absolutely. With this new mechanic, with the reduced loyalty, you can absolutely be a key part of your guild's progression in this season. And you really need to keep going with it, keep pushing your development. It's going to be, at the end of the day, Eden's not going to go away for any of us in this game. It's going to be a key mechanic of the game. Having these seasons, periodically throughout the game. And it would be a shame if lower level players that maybe don't have as much time available to them were just simply skipping this whole mechanic, which I know quite a few people do. The whole purpose of this video, apart from showing you about this changed normal immunity to damaged immunity, is to let you guys know that if you're in lower level accounts, or maybe your progression isn't as quick as some of the more higher level players, don't be afraid to get involved in Eden. The more active players in the game, in the guilds, the better it is for all of us at the end of the day. The more active players you have enjoying the game in your state, the better it is for that state as well. The better it is for all of us. So that was the main purpose of this video. Not covering a lot of details compared to some of my videos, but I just wanted to kind of cover all of this. I think as you guys have had plenty of time to kind of look at the diagram, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Of course, if you do have any questions about what I've talked about in the video, please pop them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to come back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't already, please do click on that subscribe, ring the bell, and if you could share my channel in your alliance chats, province chats, on those Imperial messages, I'd be really grateful. And of course, if you wanted to share a link to the channel, also in your WhatsApp groups, Line, Discord, whatever you use, that would be absolutely great. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support I'm getting on the channel, and I will see you soon.